All right, guys. This is part 2 of the episode. So we talked about toxic relationships, and now we are going to talk about slut shaming and hookup culture. So this one will actually be like way shorter than the toxic relationship one. That one I had a lot more to say because I feel like that's been boiling up in my system for a while. And that's actually come up to me a lot more times than not recently. So that one was a little bit longer than this. I feel like in 2018, I really can't even have that much to say on slut shaming and hookup culture. At this point, we've been in the hookup culture for so long, I don't think anyone actually knows what it means to not be in a hookup culture. I think millennials are screwed. I think they're screwed. Because to say that this generation knows anything about loyalty is a joke. To say that this generation knows anything about commitment is a joke. It's a freaking joke, yo. It's a joke. And while I'm not going to 100 blame technology on that, because, you know, I can't blame the computer for human decisions, I can blame social media, and I can blame the double standard that comes from the whole hookup culture thing. So, you know, going into the hookup culture, let's go into the slut shaming aspect real quick. You know, this hookup culture has been, and I would say it's been like a live thing since like the mid 80s, okay? I know for a fact my parents lived through like at least the beginning of the hookup culture. I know it. Hello, I'm here. So there you go. And most of us 95 babies, 96 babies, were probably products of hookup culture. Now, I'm not saying that marriage wasn't like a thing back then. I'm not saying that, you know, people weren't still a little bit more family oriented. However, I think you all know that our parents were pretty drugged out a good bit of the 70s and 80s. And 9 times out of 10, we were conceived through that. So, you know, if your parents lied to you and told you that you were conceived happily and planned, I'm glad that you have that story to take to your grave. But I know for a fact that that was not my case. And, you know, here I am. So to say that the hookup culture is like this new phenomenon, it's not. My mom is 40. I'm 23. It's not this new thing, okay? It's really not. And you know, honestly, I feel as though the double standards, the slut shaming of hookup culture have not only contributed to the fact that, you know, no one knows how to communicate, but I also feel like it has made things stagnant. It really has. I feel as though because women are now held to this weird standard that like guys want a girl who will sleep around, but they also don't want a girl who has been touched by other men. Like, it makes no sense. But a guy can have 40 bodies and still expect to be treated and looked at as Prince Charming. Like, I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. And not throwing out any type of body count under the bus. If you like to have sex, you like to have sex. As long as you're protected, as long as you are safe with it, I have no qualms with it. None. That's not my business. I personally don't give a shit. However, I do give a shit about people having unprotected sex millions of times and then slut shaming people into not getting tested, into having abortions, into not making proper choices for one's body. That I have a problem with, especially on college campuses where we're seeing a huge spike in sexual assault. And I don't know. I don't know anymore. I feel like people are going to do what they want to at this point. And I feel like and I'm going to be real. And I'm happy that I'm in a relationship right now because, listen, after my last relationship, after how that ended, after the relationship before that, you know, like when I tell you my heart was dead to this whole relationship thing, I'm serious when I tell you I really don't think millennials are going to fucking make it. I don't think they know how to commit. I don't think they know how to be loyal. I don't think they know how to take the personal steps it takes to be with a person long term. And I think that the people who have done it, I think the people that are continuing to do it, I think the couples who are genuinely striving to have something real, I think that they are under constant pressure because hookup culture is so prevalent in our lives now that people look at you crazy for being in a committed relationship and you not wanting to like step out. People look at you crazy now for being in a committed relationship and you not being in people's DMs. People really look at you wild as hell when you're in a committed relationship and you're actually about that person. Like, that's really your go-to. Like, y'all, I really cannot put into words how many dudes, I will, clearly you're going to remain nameless, how many dudes will slide into a DM? I'll say mine, because I don't want to put anybody else's business out there. That is not what we do here. This is not a gossip channel. I will strictly speak for myself, who know I'm in a relationship. Like, Devin is all over my Instagram. Like, that man is everywhere in my life. Like, it's pretty clear that we are in a committed relationship with each other. And dudes will still say things like, and I'm not exaggerating, oh, you cute. Oh, I see you got a man. Yeah, I do. Thank you so much for calling, Melly. You have a good day. You can't have any more friends, though. Oh, but like, I'm just trying to be, you know, at least in your phone for whenever that ends. Oh, but like, you can't like just send me like a pic real quick or something like that. Like, it don't matter. It don't mean nothing. Or my favorite. Oh, my favorite. And believe it or not, this actually happened to me. No joke. This has happened. So, like, do y'all think you're gonna break up anytime soon? No. All right, well, like, you let me know. You let me know when he folds, you know, because I know he's going to. He's like, 'cause he ain't, I know he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. Now, mind you, guys, I am happy. Like, so where someone could get that type of information, I know he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, you know that I'm in a relationship. Like, where is the couth? Where's the couth? Where's the respect for fellow man? Like, okay, or girls. Let's go into girls, because girls, y'all sneaky. Y'all are not blameless either. Let's talk about the girls. Oh, my favorite thing. And here's the best part about being in an open relationship. Like we are very open with each other, okay? Sometimes, because we are both a little extreme, probably not the best. But we make it work. So, without any weird thing, without it being like a, let me have your password. Like, we know each other's passwords to our phones, mostly for emergency purposes, but like, that was never a problem for me and Devin, because again, we're very transparent. We've been transparent. Our dating history has made us that way. And our trust in one another has made it that way, okay? So like, if I see him going through like my inbox and shit, I don't care. If I see him going through my Instagram shit, I don't care. If he's on my Snapchat, I don't care. Vice versa, guys. This is a heads up for you ladies. Literal vice versa. I can just open his phone with my thumb. I can go into his Instagram and it's not a deal. Snapchat too. All of it. There's nothing off limits really, unless we have that conversation. So to know that there have been times where I've seen how he's handled it. He's handled it well. He's handled it the exact way he's supposed to. He pays no mind to you bitches. When I've gone into the, just so happen to have looked at the arrow and there's like a 1, okay? There's like a blue 1. That means somebody's inboxed him. Literally, dude, didn't even think about it. Clicked on it once. It was some girl, okay? Mind you, this is a girl that I know. Oh, this is a girl that I know, okay? And I got my revenge already, so it's fine. I got my revenge already, it's fine. But she basically was in the inbox, his inbox, and, I am not a territorial young woman. I'm not. If you want to tell Devin he's pretty, go ahead. He is. He's very pretty. He's the same way. You gonna tell me I'm pretty? Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But the second you shoot your shot, it's over. A compliment is one thing. A compliment is one thing. That's another thing that we need to discern in this whole hookup culture thing. You can compliment someone and it not be you hitting on them. Let's establish that. So let's make it a goal, a challenge really in 2018, 2019. The hashtag compliment challenge, okay? Because you know how to compliment someone without hitting on them. I know that people know how to do this. We do it all the time to our best friends, to our family members. So the idea that people don't know how to compliment each other without hitting on them, knowing that that person is taken, y'all are messy. Y'all are messy. And don't get me wrong, I love SZA, but with songs like The Weeknd, when you got songs like fucking Trey Songz Cake, Smartphones, he creates entire narratives of him cheating, like whole narratives in a song. We've gotten to the point where like we sing about cheating now. Like, this is not okay. These are not okay. These are not good things. These are not things we want to do. Okay? So, you know, that being said, that's really all I can, like, I don't even really know what I can say about hookup culture other than what I have. I think it needs to die. Now, I'm not saying that people shouldn't be able to hook up with whoever they want to. I'm all for that freedom in the hookup culture. That was a cool plus. You know, I like the fact that now we do have more, we have more information on STDs. We have more information on contraceptives. We have way more information than we did before because of the hookup culture. There was a need for it. But now I feel like because people are so afraid of putting themselves out there, because they have seen now a decade at least of, you know, a generation that doesn't know how to commit. I feel like nobody in our generation knows how to commit, and the few that do are now taken. Okay? The few that do are now taken. And I'm not saying that these relationships are meant to last forever if, you know, people are taken. But I do hope that they are putting in the work to do so. I do hope that the relationships that I'm seeing now that are going strong, that do seem to be, you know, fruitful, they all do have one thing in common, and that is communication. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything about the relationships, but I do know what I see. I know what I have observed based off of their, you know, their personal beliefs. I know what I've observed, you know, when they have been dealing with issues that, you know, they can't necessarily hide, because when you're in a relationship, you can't necessarily hide everything. True story. There's just this weird thing with the hookup culture that's taking over millennials, and I genuinely fear that, like, if we don't get it together, we will be the next generation that ends up with, like, I don't know, more cats than kids, more single apartments than homes, more I don't know, more depression rates than anything else. Like, a lot of these things contribute to the fact that people feel more alone now. In hookup culture, yo, hookup culture will make you really feel alone. Ooh, a right swipe. Wow. Someone liked a photo. Like, ooh. That can be insanely detrimental to your mental health. That can be insanely detrimental to you, to how you feel about yourself. Oh, the best thing that people want about me is my vagina or my penis. Oh, I'm so worthy. Oh, the best thing that people like about me is that I have a nice smile. Okay, well, what happens when I'm not smiling anymore? Like, these are all things that happen. These are all things that circulate. These are all things that connect to one another. And ultimately, love is like the one thing that as human beings, not only do we have the most say over, but we have the ability to genuinely have it if we want to. Doing nothing but being ourselves. Like, you don't, like, this isn't like a job. Like, a job. It's like a job. You have to put in work for it. But it's not like you're under constant management. You're not under, you know, deadlines. You're not under freaking pressure. All you have to do is grow with somebody. That's it. I'm not saying that's easy when you're both dealing with stuff, but at the same time, as long as you both make that choice, it's easy as hell. It's human. Oh God, it's human. Lord. Oh. And because it's human, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck real hard. But the whole idea that the hookup culture was the answer to our problems, the answer to, you know, years of abuse in the 50s households, to say that hookup culture was the absolute liberation for the female body, it wasn't. It wasn't. I personally believe the hookup culture was the absolute demise of what could have been a beautiful household in the United States. What has blossomed, with the freedoms that have blossomed with the hookup culture, the things that have come with sexual liberation and non-gender biases and less prejudices have also contributed to the absolute destruction of our happiness, and they have absolutely caused the destruction of what a lot of us feel is our ultimate goals in life, and that's a household. That's a family to love us, a family to love. And nobody wants to be 30 trying to sit here and figure out someone's bullshit. No one wants to be 40 talking about, oh, I should probably get married soon, or I should get my shit together. Nobody wants to be fucking 35 waiting for you to deal with something that happened to you when you were 20. Like, get your shit together, guys. Get it together. Get it the fuck together. Like, I can't. A lot of millennials now, I hear all these super sob stories. I'm not saying I haven't had my heart broken. I'm not saying that I haven't gone through it. I'm not saying that, you know, there isn't reason for people to need to heal. If you don't need to be in a relationship, then don't be in a fucking relationship. But don't blame the hookup culture for your stupid decisions. Like, don't. That's another thing that people keep avoiding responsibility, and that's why the hookup culture trends keep happening. That's why more people are getting their heart broken. That's why people keep cheating. That's why people keep looking for other options when there's a perfectly good option in front of them. That's why people will throw out a beautifully done relationship for some hoe that they swiped right on, drunk as shit at the bar. Like, dumb shit. All because people will not take responsibility for their actions. And ultimately, the only responsibility that you need to take responsibility for is whether or not you actually want to put in the work to be with somebody. And I think that is my biggest issue with college, with the hookup culture in college, with slut shaming in college. Like, all these things, I swear, are not really that big of an issue in the real world. Because sure shit didn't deal with it in high school. I mean, like, kind of on a small scale, but not to this scale. Not to the level I'm seeing now. And it hasn't affected me. It didn't affect me until now the way that it has. I'm now watching 23, 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds talking about, well, I don't even want to be in a relationship till I'm 30. All because you don't know how to get the fuck over someone. Y'all, I can't. Y'all, I can't. The hookup culture has made people weak. It's made them weak. Weak! Weak. They don't know how to commit to those who have committed to them. They don't know how to communicate with that. And the second that, you know, you are supposed to be held accountable for your actions, they don't know what to do. So ultimately, the hookup culture didn't do anything but screw us, ultimately, because it doesn't seem like anyone's going to even be able to mentally find happiness because they don't know how. So that's how I feel about hookup culture. I hate it. I've never really been for it. Then again, that's not really my fucking prerogative. No judgment to those of you that love it, that are thriving in it. If you are a part of the hookup culture and you don't have to shit on people's lives, kudos to you. But for the most part, the hookup culture is negative. I think it is negatively affecting millennials, and I think it is something that we as a generation, as a society, as a culture, need to understand is not benefiting us in the slightest. It's taking away our ability to have empathy for fellow man. It's taking away our ability to communicate. One of the main things we need to do as humans, and above all else, is completely wrecking the idea that we can have something that we all deserve to have, and that's affection, that's love, and that's, you know, availability from somebody who also wants that from us. So that being said, guys, thank you for watching part 1 and part 2 of this episode. Honestly, I'm probably going to post these at different times today, just so people have a little bit of time to see them both. That being said, I will see you guys during the next poll. I hope you guys put your ideas in. Please, 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 please. I love doing it. It was fun making the video, like making the raffle and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for coming back. Think hit subscribe, and we will be back next week with another video, another part of the RANT Project, Series 1, I think it'll be a part 3. All right, love you guys.